Hello guys and welcome to Painting Panzers. My name's Christian and today I'm going to be taking you through how I paint one of the Winter German infantry from the Italeri WW2 set that we've seen already. I've covered two videos on the series, so we've covered the oak leaf and we've covered the generic sort of greatcoat. But today we're going to be taking a look at how I go about the Italian pattern scheme. So it might be hard to see it on this video if it wants to focus off my face. Yes, perhaps in this particular shot it's going to be a bit blurry, but he is there. You're going to see it all up close and personal very, very soon. But the Italian pattern on a 1/72 scale figure. This particular scheme is also, or technique I should say, is going to be very useful for other scales as well. You could maybe even tweak it to 15 mil. So give it a go and let me know in the comment section if you've done it and how you found the results. But this particular set of paints we're just about to see is the best Italian camo scheme patterned paint set that I can find on the market, and trying to source my own Vallejo equivalent still hasn't come up with the same results. So yeah, definitely get this AK set, but let's take a look at it right now. The German uniform Italian pattern set from AK Interactive is an absolute must for Italian patterns, in my opinion at least anyway, and you'll see why in just a moment. It consists of 6 paints. You've got 2 for the green, 2 for the ochre, and 2 for the brown. They work perfectly for pretty much any scale wargaming models. You can tweak them ever so slightly to get the colors you need depending on the scale, but yeah, you can just use these straight out of the bottle if you want to. They're just amazing sets. I love the photos that they use on the box art. Just gives you so much inspiration from painters that are much better than I'll ever get to. But yeah, really good. Another amazing set, and I can't wait to get into the rest of the video. So let's keep watching and see how my model turns out. Now, if you've been keeping up with the series, you already know that this is the German infantry winter uniform set from Italeri, and the figures in there are absolutely beautiful. So to start off with, I prime my model with Tamiya Surface Primer light grey, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some AK gunship plus a faded green at a 1:1 ratio. So those are 2 paints from the paint set. The great thing about this paint set is we're going to be using every single paint within this paint set. So all 6 paints are going to be used. So it is a really good set to grab. So you can see that that green has come out really nicely, but whilst it's drying, I'm going to be using German Field Grey from World War II. They also have a German Field Grey set from AK Interactive, but I'm not going to use it for this particular video. I'm just going to go straight into using the Vallejo paint that I've got on me. But the focus of today's video is mainly on that Italian pattern. But for those that want to know how I paint the rest of the figure, this is the paints I'm using. Now, AK Hull Red and Deep Brown at a 1:1 ratio is what I'm going to be using. Again, from the AK Interactive Italian paint scheme set. And you're going to be creating loads of squiggly lines, but making sure pretty much all of them join each other at some point or another, but leaving gaps for a nice looking yellow color to join those gaps in some point. Not too many gaps though. So you can see here I'm just joining them all up almost like an irregular looking spider web. Might be a really good way of describing it. And no sharp corners or areas, just nice smooth lines. So AK Middlestone and Light Earth again from that set, and you can see here that now I'm deciding to add those yellow blobs within certain areas of those grooves that we've created using that brown color that we mixed before, and you can see there that they're pretty much spaced out quite nicely. Then for the inner part of his hood, I'm going to be using old wood. And you can see here, just tidying up some of the mess that I've made where I've gone a bit too crazy with the camo scheme. Now for his bread bag, I'm going to be using Russian Uniform World War II. Now bread bags came in a variety of different colours. It's 50 shades of bread bag, so it's up to you what you want to go with. But Russian Uniform in this particular case is what I went with, and it looks the part. I'm going to be using that same colour for his MP40 pouches, or pouch. And then I'm going to be moving on to US Dark Green for his gas mask canister and his mess tin as well. And you'll be using this colour for a variety of other different green items as well, but this particular model doesn't have it. Then for his gas mask canister strap, I'm going to be using khaki. You see, just nice pointy brush. This is a size 1 brush from MIG. It's an ionic brush. It's a fantastic brush, well worth grabbing if you're in the market for a new brush. Then I'm going to be using black grey. Now this black grey is going to be used for his webbing, as well as his metal areas and his belt buckle. You can see here I'm applying it onto the MP40 very quickly. No, I'm not doing it that quickly, I wish. Sped up the video a little bit there. Then flat earth is going to be used for the handle of his bayonet, as well as if he had a grenade. And then English uniform is what I'm going to be using on the canvas of the canteen. And finally, I'm going to be using burnt umber for the sheath on that bayonet. Oh, I've jumped the gun ever so slightly. We've got one more step, and that is the black for his boots. Now, I will dry brush these in earth colour afterwards, so just apply the black and then you can dry brush them at the very end when you're basing your model. Now I use no oil and Lafmir medium at a 1:1 ratio. And this is the mixture I like to use on all of my models, and just make sure you don't let that wash pool on any flat surface, and just tidy it up if you think you've added just a bit too much wash. Now, using those same mixtures as we used at the start, that AK gunship green and faded green in a 1:1 ratio, you go back through over the top of what you've painted, but leaving that original washed base colour in the recesses, and you could already see that those seam lines are already starting to pop. I absolutely love this colour. This paint set from AK Interactive is just another fantastic paint set. It's amazing for Italian patterns. Then that AK Hull Red and Deep Brown at a 1:1 ratio, again just following the exact same principle. So now I'm just going over all of those nice squiggly lines and tidying it up ever so nicely. And then finally, I'm using that AK Middlestone and Light Earth mixture, and you can see here that I'm leaving that nice little groove running between the middle of that blob, and I'm just applying in some nice bits of layering over the top of those blobs, but leaving again that original washed colour in the recess, so where that pocket is there, and you can see this pattern just already pops. It just looks so damn good. Alright, so moving on to his trousers, I'm going to be using German Field Grey and German Camo Beige World War II from Vallejo, and I'm just pretty much repainting the whole bit again, but leaving that German Field Grey in the recesses that was washed, and just going over the rest with this brighter colour. It's like a layer. I don't really do highlights anymore, guys. Well, not. I don't go layer then highlight on most things, and you can see I also dry brush the helmet there as well. And then Old Wood and Iraqi Sand at a 1:1 ratio, and I'm just rubbing lightly across the very tippy top of that hood there, just to capture all those details, because there's nice little grooves in there that's just going to give that inner hood part a bit of texture and look really nice. And then Russian Uniform World War II and German Camo Beige is what I'm going to be using for his bread bag, and you can see I'm just adding in some nice little lines. On that flat surface there, I'm just building it up to that brighter colour and just adding in a nice little few lines here and just scratching it on. I just scratch away until I'm happy. Same with this MP40 pouch as well. Now, using the same principles as what we've already seen, I'm going to be using US Dark Green and German Camo Beige World War II at a 1:1 ratio for those metal areas. So that's the mess tin, the gas mask canister, and if you had an ammo box or an MG34 clip, then I'll be doing that as well. And then for his gas mask canister sling, I'm going to be using khaki and stone grey. It sorts of blends in with the lighter colour of the camo jacket, so just make sure it's quite light, more on the white side than the khaki. And then English uniform and German Camouflage World War II for the canvas on the awards bottle. You can see again, I'm just scratching it in. And then for the webbing, I just go over it again with black grey. Black webbing at this scale is really hard to make stand out nicely without looking too silly. I just think going back over it with the original colour, it actually makes more sense than giving it a lighter highlight. But you might think differently, but that's what I do. And then for the MP40, I'm going to be using black grey and basalt grey. This MP40 has lots of detail on it. It's a very nice model actually for a toy soldier. So it's very easy to paint. It almost paints itself because you don't really have to make up any details. Now I go against the grain here and I use basalt grey. This is where I've done a layout. Now I'm actually going over it with a highlight. So I'm just capturing all those raised areas where the eye would be drawn to and just leaving a few little lines, bright lines, just to give that MP40 a bit more detail. And then German Camo medium brown and orange brown at a 1:1 ratio is just going to be used to get the straps on his pouches there, as well as his chin strap. It's also a really good colour for like a ginger hair, if that's what you want to go with. A dark ginger hair at least anyway. And then light flesh from AK Interactive. This is part of their flesh set. I use this on all of my models. It's a fantastic range of flesh tones. And then Stormhost Silver from Warhammer is what I'm going to be using, just to give that belt buckle a bit of detail. You don't have to use a Citadel paint. You could literally just use any metallic silver. I just go with that because I find it's one I enjoy to use the most. And then Flesh Wash from Vallejo is what I'm going to be using, just for the wash on any of those flesh areas. And whilst that's drying, I'm going to give the pockets a go of black grey, sorry, not pockets, buttons on his jacket here. Now with the face, I'm going over the nose, the chin, the cheeks underneath the eye socket, but I'm joining those all together, apart from obviously the nose. Join the cheeks and the chin together, put a little line on the ear. You can capture each finger, the knuckle area and some of the hand as well. You can see I'm just getting a line where the neck meets the sort of clothing there. Now you go with light flesh and highlight flesh at a 1:1 ratio and just put a line underneath each eye and just running along down the outer edge of the nose itself, a little line where the neck meets the clothing, a little line on each finger. And then there we have it. He is completed and looks awesome. So overall, these AK sets are just amazing. This is the second one we've done recently. I've already painted heaps and heaps of models using these AK paint sets. But yeah, I'm slowly transitioning to AK paints. I'm just thinking they are the superior paint range at the moment. That's not bagging out other paint ranges, but they just really are amazing. And this Italian set, I think, is actually my favourite set. But I think we'll have to have a look at the Oakleaf set and the P-Dot set just to see how they stack up compared to the other ones. But I would be very interested to know your thoughts. So drop me a line in the comment section and tell me if you think I'm going mad and I don't need a new paint range, or if you completely agree with my comments on the paints. Now, a massive thank you goes out to all of my Patreons and YouTube channel members, specifically those Panzer Aces. So that's Patrick, Oscar, James, Panzer Jim, Lack of Foresight Gaming, Mike, Mikey, Eric, Rothgar, Ian, Adam, Rob and Alan. You guys are all champions. Thank you ever so much for being those aces. Alright guys, don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section. But until then, I will catch you at the next one.